What's up, Amazon sellers? You are busy scaling your Amazon business and you have found the best product that you want to start selling. You add it to your inventory and then what do you see? You are unauthorized to sell this brand. You are not authorized to sell in this category. You are gated. Do not worry if this has happened to you today. I'm going to talk you through what you need to know to get ungated on Amazon, selling the products that are going to make you money. So stay tuned. If you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson and I quite simply sell on Amazon now for 4 years, and I do arbitrage in the UK, buy low, sell high on Amazon. And quite simply, I'm on a mission right now to do £1 million over the next 18 months, ending 2021. I'll drop a link up there to a video that will explain all, and I break down my profits so you can see that as well. Have a look. But enough about me today. What are we going to be talking about? How can I help you get ungated? Let's go through that now. Right, number one, I am going to talk about what does it mean to be gated on Amazon. Number two, I'm going to talk about why you want to get ungated. Number three, I'm going to talk about the 3 types of gating that there actually are and what you need to know about them. Number four, I'm going to talk about the things you need to do before you get ungated. Number 5, I am going to show you how to check if you are gated on a product or a category on Amazon. Number 6, I'm going to talk about the requirements to get ungated. Number 7, I'm going to talk about the 2 ways to get ungated and show you them on the screen. And then finally, number 8, I am going to talk about how long does the process take once you submit your application to get ungated. Number 1, what does it mean to be gated? What is gating or gated on Amazon restricted to sell? Well, quite simply, Amazon is a marketplace selling a wide range of products, and there are a number of sellers selling those products. I don't know how many exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if it's close to 100,000, a million maybe sellers on Amazon. That's a lot. Now, how does Amazon protect its customers? Because it cares about the customers a lot. Well, quite simply, it gives you a bit of freedom to sell, but you can't sell everything. Certain brands that have a very high probability of fake goods, dangerous goods, there are problems with those brands historically. They will restrict them for new sellers. They will what's known as gate them. And it's that gating which protects Amazon customers from bad sellers, other people, not you, but it protects them. And what Amazon is looking to do is to say, you've got to earn the right to sell those products and prove you're a good seller before we let you sell them. That is it. Quite simply, Amazon is protecting the customer by putting a gate around certain brands, categories, and products that is stopping new sellers from selling. But once you've got some experience and you know what you're doing, you can pretty much get ungated, but it does take some time, so do not worry. Now, quite quickly, one question you might be asking is, why should I even bother about getting ungated? Well, think about it this way. Everyone starting to sell on Amazon can sell exactly the same things. They are gated in all the same categories and ungated in all the same categories and brands. So if you can get ungated in, say, a brand or a category that other sellers can't sell, well, quite simply, that means that you can sell products now that other people can't because they're gated. And as a result, you're going to have less competition. I still remember my very first ungating. It was radio controlled cars, and there was like 1 or 2 sellers on every single listing when I started. And as a result, I just kept buying radio controlled cars because there's no competition. So if you can get those brands ungated, it's going to help you in your business and give you less competition. Okay, number 3, what types of gating are there? And this is really important. People don't talk about it. They just assume you are gated, that is it. And it's not. You've got to really understand what is actually happening. So quite simply, there are 3 types of gating. And to understand what type you're in is going to affect how you actually go about getting ungated. Let's have a look now at the 3 types of gating, and I'll give you an example of every single one of them. So if I talk you through, first things first, you are going to have a category gated, or a category restriction. What does this mean? For example, when you first start selling something like the toys and games category, all the products within that selling category of toys and games, you are not going to be able to sell. It's not to say you can't sell that product, but you can't sell any product within that category. So let's have a quick look now on the computer and I'll show you an example of a product in the toys and games category and how you can tell you're gated. So quite simply, I've just come into Amazon Seller Central and I've gone to add products and I've typed in a ASIN. Now over here, we've got this product here I've typed in and it says apply to sell, and then underneath it says show limitation. So if I show that, what you can see down here is it says you need approval to list the products in the toys and games category. That is telling me under the limitations that I am gated, I'm restricted to sell in the toys and games category. So for that product, I can sell the product, but I just can't sell the category it's in. So as a result, I'm not eligible to sell that whole category and I can't sell that product right yet. But if I can get ungated in the category, maybe with another product, then I can sell that product because there's no restriction on that product. So that is a category gated. So I can't sell the toys and games category, hence why it's there. It says toys and games category. Now, the next one is brand gating. This is whereby we can sell in the category, but we can't sell the brand. So again, I put in another product here. Apple is another product I can't sell. So if I come over here, show limitations, what does it say here? It says, this product has other listing limitations, but the one thing we're really looking at is you are not approved to list products with this brand. See the word brand. So it's telling me the brand, Apple, I am not approved to sell. And then I need to go through the ungating process to sell the brand Apple. So quite simply, we've had category gating and brand gating. They are the two most common gating you are going to come across. That is like 99% of the time, all the time. But then finally, there is a third one. Let's go through now what that looks like. So quite simply here, this is a PS4 game and I'm going to go down to show limitations. Now, the one thing you're going to notice here is it says, this product has other limitations, listing limitations. Quite simply, it's not saying I'm brand, I can't sell the brand. No, nothing about the brand. It's not saying I can't sell in the category, nothing about the category. It's just saying other listing limitations. What does that mean? Well, it's the third and final type of gating that you have. Quite simply, these are ASINs, these are products that have been identified to have a high risk of fakes, poor quality products. You can see them here. If you click on learn more, it's going to show you a bit about it. Limitations, regulatory oversight, they cannot be sold in all regions. Maybe Amazon's not accepting applications. You just cannot sell it. And it's not the case that how do I get ungated? It's the case that they just don't let you do it. Now I have 2 Amazon seller accounts. If you want to know, for this product on this account right now, we can't sell, but on my main account, which I sell on Amazon, I can sell the product. So it doesn't mean that I will never be able to sell that product. It just means right now I'm not eligible, and that sometime in the future, I might hit some performance criteria metrics for Amazon, which will allow me to sell that product. But right now, there's nothing I can do about other category or other listing limitations. That's just the third type of gating that you have, and that is generally around account metrics. We don't know exactly, but there's nothing you can do about that one. The other two, you have a way of affecting brand and category. Just keep that in mind when we go through this video. Okay, what I will say is quite simply, there is a way to get ungated and I'll talk about it here, but I've got a free download for you guys, which is going to really help you. Quite simply, people are charging hundreds of pounds for courses to get ungated and you don't need to at all. I've got a free guide down below that you can download. Quite simply, it's going to show you how to not only give you the information that you need that other people are charging for, how you can even get the products and resell them for next to no cost at all when, oh my God, you're going to be paying other people for this information. So have a look down below. That is going to be a free guide that you can download. It's going to help you basically how to get ungated for effectively free. Have a look at that. Now, number 4, one thing you need to be aware of. I see this time and time and time again, and I will stress it. If you are a brand new seller on the Amazon marketplace and you are looking to get ungated, one thing you need to be aware of. The ungating process is a process whereby, we'll talk about it later, whereby you supply the required documentation to Amazon and then obviously they will allow you to sell that product. But there's one caveat you need to understand. If you have 0 or very, very low sales on Amazon, they will not let you ungate. Even if you have the correct documentation that they're asking for, you still need to have some sales. Why? Well, Amazon don't tell us, but we assume what they want to see is that you have a history of selling on Amazon without complaints. If you've had 0 sales and you submit a document to get ungated, they'll probably say no, even if the documentation is everything they ask. Quite simply, try to get at least £1,000, $1,000 of sales before you start any ungating process, because Amazon wants to see that you can sell a product without getting complaints. Okay, number 5, quite simply, how can you check if you're gated? Well, really, really simple. So let's jump back on the computer now and I'll just show you how to do it. There are lots of tools that do this, but I'll show you the manual way and then obviously recommend some tools that you can use as well, which are doing it effectively in the manual way for you. So right now I am in my Amazon selling account, and what am I going to do? I'm going to come up here to catalog and I'm going to go to add products. That's it, really simply. And what I'm going to do is quite simply just going to paste the product ASIN. That's the barcode for the product I'm looking for. The ASIN usually starts with B, 99% of the time it'll start with B and it'll be 10 digits long. I'll take that product and I'll quite simply search it. What I'm going to see over here is it'll say apply to sell. That's if I can't sell it, it's going to ask me to apply to sell, or it's going to be restricted. So quite here, you can see as the product we showed earlier, I'm restricted in that brand. But if I don't have any problems, then what I'm going to see is quite simply, it will say list now, sell yours now. That's it. It's just going to allow me to click through. But right now I can't, I've got to apply to sell that product. But that is how you check if you are gated in a product that you want to sell. Now, I mentioned it earlier, there are software tools that are going to help you. We use things like FBA Multitool, Buybot Pro, and SAS in FastTrackFBA. We use all of these tools, and they're really great. What they do is they effectively do that manual check, i.e. load it up, put the ASIN in, and check to see what it says. They'll do that automatically for you, and they're really efficient at doing it and just speeding up that sourcing process and checking process. If you want to know, have a look down the link below. I'll drop a couple of links to FBA Multitool, Buybot Pro, and SAS. You can have a look at that. It's just going to help speed up your sourcing. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go through how to see what you need for brand ungating. Quite simply, Amazon tells you this, but I'll just walk it through with you anyway. So we're going to go straight in, do add product on Seller Central, and then see what comes out. So jump on the computer now. So I've already put this product in beforehand, and quite simply, Hewlett Packard is a brand I know we can't sell. What you can see here, it says show limitations. We'll click on that, and you can see it says you need approval to list this brand. So I know I'm brand gated. And what I want to click on is apply to sell. So let's click on that now and see what it does. So saying you need approval to sell other HP branded products in new, used, refurbished, collectible. And so we're not accepting products in office products, refurbished and collectible conditions. So quite simply, I want to sell HP in new, that's fine. They're going to say you can apply for this. So request approval, let's click on that now. And then what they're doing is saying, does your account qualify? So you are requesting approval to sell HP branded items, and you need to submit one of the document types below. So quite simply, at least one purchase invoice from a manufacturer distributor or one letter from HP authorizing you to sell the products. So it's either or. So you can do the first one or the second one. Now, odds on you're probably not going to get a letter from HP saying you can sell the products. If you are, fantastic, well done, great relationship with HP. Most of the time it's going to be this top one. So let's click on that. Quite simply, it says there what you need to sell or what you need to ungate. So it says here, you must provide a purchase invoice for products from the manufacturer or distributor. Documents must meet the following requirements. Dated on or after the 25th of June within the last 180 days. Includes a name, address, and information of your selling account. So again, name and address of your selling account. So if you're a limited company, it needs your company name on that invoice. If you're personal, it needs your personal name. Includes a name, address, and manufacturer distributor, i.e. who you're buying it from, their name. It's got to show a combined purchase of at least 10 units, and we'll talk about that in a minute, about what you need. You can cover up the pricing information. You can literally make it black, squiggle it out, doesn't matter. Amazon don't need to see how much you paid for it. They just want to see that you actually bought the product. So you can do that. And also, they may verify your submitted documentation by contacting the vendors you identified in your purchase or in your application. Generally speaking, I don't think they're going to contact the actual suppliers, and I don't think your suppliers would even approve or say, yes, we have supplied this product to this brand, because there's part of data protection in there, but they're just saying they might. So I don't think it's actually ever going to happen, nor have I ever heard of that, and I've done this many, many times. So just be aware of that. So that is quite simply how to do brand. And now let's jump over and have a look at how to do gated in a category. So again, we come into this product here. It is gated in the toys and games category. Let's click apply to sell. And it says you want to list other products in new, used, refurbished and collectibles. Fine, exactly what I'm after. Request approval. Go for that. And it said you are now, tell us about your product and your business. Are you a reseller, manufacturer, or party you want to list? Or both for the product you want to list? So generally speaking, you're probably going to be a reseller or a distributor. And again, it's going to come down. You are looking for an invoice from a manufacturer or a distributor with pretty much the same information you've just provided. And here's the difference. Remember, it's a category. They are asking to see photos of the product and its packaging, and they tell you the products here. So actual live products. So clearly display all sides of the product packaging, model numbers, product name, including name and physical location of the business and or manufacturer, and important information being the country, local language. Something really important there. Get that information, get the invoice with all the information and the photos, and I'll talk about them in a minute, put them all together and submit them through this application process. So just be aware, category and brand do have a slightly different process. And you can see that there. So very, very important to understand which one of the 3 types of gating you are looking to get yourself ungated in. Obviously for the process, but Amazon does explain it to you. Okay, let me just take a break from talking about ungating. Now, perhaps maybe you are a new seller just starting out on Amazon and you need to get to that £1,000 selling mark or even above, or you're struggling to get ungated. Quite simply, you're struggling to find deals because all the good categories are gated. What can you do? Well, quite simply, FastTrackFBA, that's the company that I run and makes these videos. We provide Amazon arbitrage leads in the US and in the UK, buy low, sell high. Now, the big thing about our platform is you buy tokens from us and you exchange them for deals. So you are only using the deals or buying the deals that you are going to buy in your Amazon business. Now, the big thing about FastTrackFBA leads that really separates us from everyone else is that you can filter by all the deals which we believe are ungated that new sellers can sell, and we have lots of them available. So if you are looking to start out on Amazon, or maybe just starting yourself and you're struggling to find deals which you can sell, and trust me, I know the copy and paste takes a long time, check out FastTrackFBA leads. We have the ability to quite simply filter, only show deals that new sellers can sell. And the one thing I'll also add is that even if you unlock a deal whereby you are gated, you can literally get a refund on your tokens within seconds. We have an amazing refund platform, and the way it works is just going to speed up your sourcing process and hey, make selling on Amazon so much easier for you. Have a look down below, FastTrackFBA, the leads, that's really going to help you out in your Amazon journey. One thing I'll talk about now is how to get ungated, and quite simply there are 2 methods you want to do. So we've talked through category and brand ungating, we know that. So while I talk about 2 methods, the first method is one which kind of works once you've been selling for a little while. And people talk about this, it's called auto ungating. Generally speaking, you are automatically gated in all the default categories, but as you sell, i.e. you sell more and more products, what happens? Amazon starts to understand you're a good seller. And what do they know? That when you go to apply for a brand or a category to sell in, they're like, hey, you know what? You guys are so good. You don't even need to give us the documentation. We trust you. So what happens is when you click the apply to sell button, instead of them saying, please provide the documentation, what do they actually do? They say, don't worry, you can sell. Congratulations, you can now sell the product. Woohoo! This is quite simply called automatic ungating. Now, there is no science behind it or anything. We don't know why it exactly happens, but what we assume is it's based on account metrics and history of selling and volume of sales. So if you can prove yourself as a good seller, then you can pretty much get ungated in the majority, not all, majority of brands and categories. Things like me, I'm doing what? We probably did 70K last month and I still can't sell Apple. They won't let me. I have to get a letter from Apple directly to sell Apple, which is not going to happen. So just be mindful of that. Not all of them, most of them. And that is automatic ungating. Now, the next step is quite simply using an invoice from a manufacturer, wholesaler, or distributor. Now, this is the majority of the way you're going to be ungating, and quite simply, you need to fill it out exactly or get the document as required by Amazon when you click the apply to sell. Now, a couple of things you need to be aware of when you're doing this process. You need to get it from a wholesaler, distributor, or manufacturer. This is generally a company who will not sell to the public. So if they have a website whereby they sell a public-facing website that you can buy, just click, buy and sell, it's probably, any person can do it without having to create an account. It's probably not going to be right. There is no definitive list of which wholesalers are approved and not approved. Amazon doesn't have a list of wholesalers. What I believe they do is their team will literally look at the invoice you provided, go to that wholesaler, distributor invoice or manufacturer website and go, does this look like a wholesaler or distributor or the manufacturer? If it does, they'll accept that supplier. If the website looks like just a normal retail store, they'll probably say no. So just be very mindful of that process that the Amazon employee is going through. Now, what do you need to make sure that you've got on the invoice, but also supporting documents as well to support you in that ungating process? Let's go through that now. Okay, so first things first, create an account with the wholesaler, distributor, or manufacturer. That's what you're going to need to do, and make sure they are actually a genuine wholesaler, distributor, manufacturer. And if an Amazon employee was going to look at the website of them, they would believe that they are as well. If you're questioning it, then they're probably not the right manufacturer or wholesaler, distributor you should be going to. So first things first, and it will say it on the application, or what you need is you need to show an invoice, which is a receipt basically for the purchase of at least 10 items. What does this look like? Let's say, for example, I don't know, if I'm buying something like my Bose headsets to unlock in Bose, I need to be buying 10 of these. Now, if they were to come in packs of, I don't know, 10 by default, a pack of 10 individuals is in one big case, I can buy that case, that's fine, because I have 10 individual selling items, which I can then list on Amazon and sell individually. I don't need to buy 10 cases of 10, that's not required. You just need 10 items that you can sell on Amazon or sell to prove that you're buying in bulk. That's what they require, and they'll say that in their requirements. So quite simply, buy those items and get them to your house or to your warehouse, wherever they are. Now, top tip for you is once you've purchased the items, obviously you need to make sure you've got the invoice. But another thing you need to do, and I really recommend, because they don't always ask this, but if they do, you need to be available. We need to have ready. Take a photo of all 6 sides of the carton, the box of the product that you are selling. Quite simply, all 6 sides of that box. They've been known to ask for photographs of the product to prove that you actually have the product in stock that you are selling, and make sure they're clear, very sharp, and well presented. Top tip for you, I'd actually take a close-up of all the manufacturer barcodes, the CE markings, any kind of conformity markings that they have on the product to prove it's a legitimate product that meets the standards required within the country you're selling them. So in the EU, we'd have CE, for example, we'd take a photograph of that. So I'd probably take 7 photos, 1 of each side, and then in addition to that, I'd actually take 1 of those markings. Now, quite simply, I would scan that invoice in, and then I would submit that invoice to Amazon through the process and get that ungated. Now, I might not add the photographs in, you can add them maybe to the end of the invoice, but you don't have to. But just have them ready in case they ask for these products. You can then obviously send those photos straight away, because that's going to help you out in the ungating process. Now, one question you might be asking, and number 8, is how long does the ungating process take? Well, quite simply, there's no answer. It really isn't, and it depends how busy Amazon is. We have heard things taking from like an hour to 2 hours pretty quick, up to 3-4 weeks, maybe even longer. I remember when I first started ungating, I actually used to get myself ungated in Germany because they were really quick, and then come back to the UK and ask them to approve me in the UK because they'd already done it in Germany, and that was really quicker, whereas the UK was a bit slower. But with the EU and the Brexit happening, that's changing now. I don't know what's going to happen, but quite simply, anywhere up to a couple of hours, up to a couple of weeks, just got to stick in there. They will get around to it when they get around to it. Okay, so question for you guys, what category do you want to get ungated in, or what brand do you want to get ungated in? Drop it in the comments down below. If I know a good supplier, I'll try and support you, or maybe anyone else knows that they can comment in the comments down below. But hey, let me know what categories or brands you want to get ungated in the comments down below. Right, that is everything from me. What I will say is give me a like, give me a thumbs up if you like that, and hey, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of these videos. I will just remind you, have a look down below. There's going to be a link to how to get ungated effectively free. And you know what? In that guide, I share some of the top distributors and wholesalers that we use to get ungated that's going to help you out. So hey, if people are charging for this, don't bother, just get that guide. It's going to really help you. What I will say is I'll drop a link around here to how to get seller reviews. And this isn't about product reviews, this is seller reviews. When I first started in my Amazon business, one thing I noticed was that I wasn't getting enough seller reviews. If I ever got a 1-star review, maybe because the problem wasn't my fault, having seller reviews is really important. So building them up early, using the tools can help you. Watch that video, it will help you. Seller reviews around here. But what I will say from me, Thomas Parkinson, and FastTrackFBA, you keep smashing your Amazon arbitrage business. Let me know what videos you want me to make, and stay safe. Take care, bye-bye.